wife is driving! Nah, it's probably a very bad intro.
So yeah, we have to apologize right away. Eric is currently driving
and podcasting at the same time.
Woo! Podcasting on a road trip, so his audio probably isn't going to sound all that great. But
shut up! We're the best.
We decided that we'd rather be on time putting this episode up than wait. So
that's
was
right.
That a good idea? I don't know, but it will be on time.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
Dedication, my friend.
Right?
That's all we need in this life is dedication. If you don't have dedication, you don't have a life. That's all I'm going to say about that. Technically, kind of, because we recorded super late. So I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get back on top of things. We're still putting out an episode every week. I don't think we've missed one, but we're a little bit behind what I'd want to be, but we'll get there.
Oh well. That's what happens when you have a life.
I don't think we had any reviews this week, but absolutely destroyed it in downloads though.
Oh really?
So, oh yeah, I think it might have been, if not our highest, it's got to be the highest or highest amount of downloads we've had in a week.
Well, let's break the record again next week, people. Holy crap.
Yeah, let's break it.
Eventually,
yeah,
we're going to have 1,000 downloads a week, and then we're going to have a giveaway. I was kidding. We'll give away a vampire tooth. I could do that. I could whittle a vampire tooth out of some, bone. It would look totally awesome.
You can have it as a necklace.
Yeah.
And you can puncture yourself with it and be like, hey, I got bit by a vampire.
And you can suck your own blood out of it and be like, I'm not going to turn into a vampire anymore. Yay.
Yay.
Or you could not celebrate and be super depressed about it, like Bella. Anyways.
So that was your intro, screaming and freaking out in a car. So this was okay. I can't talk right now. This was what I can't say the sentence. This is the hardest sentence in my life. This is what I was gonna do for my intro.
This is why I'm hot.
I actually tweeted about it. So if you follow me on Twitter, then you'll know what I'm about to say.
Oh shoot!
But I'm in a bathroom at a store. Okay.
Right now? What are you doing in a bathroom at a store? Oh.
You're podcasting in a car. I'm podcasting in a store bathroom.
Dude, next level podcasting would be podcasting in a different location every time.
That would be so
You'd be
cool.
in a bed at Kohl's or whatever one day. Then you'd be in a theme park the whole time the next. Oh, dude, that sounds like a really good podcast.
Have you seen those videos where those people who they sneak into the store, they'll go into the store when they're about to close, and then they'll hang out the whole night in the store? They have to be in the store for 24 hours.
No, but I know what you're talking about, yeah.
We would just go in there and podcast in the store.
That reminds me of the Home Alone 2, when he's in New York or whatever, and then the bandits, the sticky bandits, are just hanging out in the toy store the whole time. That made me laugh.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was in the bathroom the other day, at a store.
Wait, today?
And
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Moving on.
Wow, you need to just shut up. Up. And so I'm already done going to the bathroom, okay? I'm going over to the sink to wash my hands, which every person should do. I still see people who walk out of the bathroom without washing their hands.
Right? They just rub their face a little bit.
You guys are freaks, man.
Chris.
And anyways, this guy comes in, and he's he says something to me, he's trying to make small talk, he's just someone who is just super outgoing, I guess, or something, or I don't know, but he starts saying something to me, and I'm I try to make it really short about it, with him, and then I leave the bathroom, and I'm thinking in my head there's got to be an unspoken rule. You don't talk to someone in the bathroom. You go in there, use the the bathroom, and then you get out. There is no conversation between strangers or anyone in the bathroom.
Typically.
That is just weird.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, well, obviously, especially when they're peeing right next to you and they're just they start talking like, hey,
that didn't happen.
nice shoes.
Like that didn't happen. But like I was going toward the sink, and then he was going over to like go to the bathroom. It was like like before
Gotcha.
Like it wasn't during anything, but like still like you're in the bathroom. Like there should be no talking whatsoever.
Everyone's just quiet the whole time.
Isn't that I swear that's like an unspoken rule. Like everyone just knows to not talk when you're in the bathroom. I don't know.
It could
Maybe
be.
It's just me.
Yeah, it might just be you. Or it might just be the situation of every time someone goes in the bathroom, it's always strangers. No one really goes like as a group of men. Like there aren't two guys usually that go in a group. Unless they're traveling, like in an airport or something, then yeah, they'll go at the same time. Otherwise, yeah, you barely ever hear anybody talking in the bathroom at all. Because it's weird. Because you hear some blinking and plopping and really weird sounds in the bathroom.
Maybe
and everybody just has to ignore it.
When girls like in school would like they'd be like, hey, come to the bathroom with me, whatever, and they would take like their best friend, whatever, and they'd like 3 of them would go into the bathroom. Like even then, like that's fine if you talk when you're in the bathroom, but like if all the girls are going to the bathroom, like actually like going to the bathroom, I feel like there should be no talking. Like the girls, that's fine if you're talking like in the bathroom, because girls I'm sure do that, but guys, there should be no talking whatsoever in any circumstance.
That's right.
I'm gonna write that on the walls in every bathroom, like the unspoken rules of the bathroom.
Interesting.
That'll be number like 3, because there's other ones that are more important.
Are we gonna dive into those today, or are those for the next podcast?
I don't know. I'll give one more. The fact that if there's like 3 if there's 3 urinals, you never go, if they're all 3 of them are empty, you never go to the one in the middle. Like you go to the side, so that way the other person can go to the further side. So that way no one's in the middle. Like, that's just a rule.
But what if one's up against the wall? And then if you were to go to that one, you wouldn't be able to spread your legs out as much. So it wouldn't be as comfortable.
Hey, have you seen, you see those people that, like, spread so far, they're like...
That's me, dude.
Ridiculous. Like,
yeah, like jiu-jitsu's karate splits.
Or they, like, take all their pants down. Like, what are you doing?
Wait, what? Who's dropping their pants in? This is the weirdest.
I don't know.
Okay, you just topped us for the weirdest intro ever. I mean, my screaming was one thing,
intro.
But you're talking about bathrooms, dude. Holy cow!
No,
you just took this to a next level, man.
It really bothered me. Okay, like it really bugged me.
That much?
You don't talk to someone when they're in the bathroom.
Okay, man. All right.
Anyways, you'll hear my random thoughts and all that stuff if you go on Twitter. I'm like Bella. Twitter it's gonna become my journal, my diary, and I'm just gonna like talk in first person, and it's like things that are going on in my life.
Good thing they limit you to how many characters you can put. Otherwise, your Twitter would be absolute garbage. You'd just be constantly paragraphing away your life.
I still think that my diary, my journal would be more interesting than Bella's. I still think it would be.
But she has vampires and werewolves.
Today, I walked into the bathroom and some guy tried to talk to me. Like, done. I can write a whole chapter about that.
Could you, though? Could you really?
I probably could.
All right.
I started going off about a rule. I could go off about, like, so many rules. Anyways.
Sounds like the challenge was accepted. Jason's going to write a whole a whole chapter of his life on how he talked to a guy in a bathroom. That'll be present next week, and we're going to review it on our podcast, Bathroom Noobs.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're moving in.
Paris.
We are covering chapter 16 and 17. If we remember, it ended with Bella in the bottom of... Is this a lake or a river? It's a lake, right?
The ocean, moron.
Oh, it's the ocean. I knew it was one of the 3.
Is this a lake or a river?
Well, I figured if it's
the
ocean...
You didn't pay attention at all, dude.
It's been so long. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Whatever. Holy crap.
So basically...
Dude, the sky is so clear, I can see clouds as far away as I can, but they're like super high in the air, but they're like below the horizon. It proves that the world is round right now. Done. It's over. Flat earthers.
Yeah, flat earthers.
Get wrecked.
Anyways, so basically Bella just cliff jumped. She jumped off a cliff. She just like went into the water. She basically had suicidal thoughts. She's like, you know what? This is happiness right here.
Hey, she's somewhat like Esme.
Yeah.
Right? She jumped off a cliff.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. Look at me analyzing the book. The mom she never had. Anyway, sorry.
And
go.
basically that's kind of where it ended.
Well, it ended
She's
on
just
the
like-
next chapter because we couldn't resist looking at the next title, and it said Paris, and we were like, why are they in Paris?
Like, what the heck? Is this where the clock thing is? Like, that's
Right.
what I was thinking.
But I
they
haven't
go
read
on a
Romeo and
whole
Juliet.
different route.
Yeah, I read Romeo and
It was
Juliet like
so-
in high school, maybe 15 years ago or something. How long has it been since I graduated?
don't-
A while ago. And I forgot that
I
the
don't know
dude's
if I
name was
ever-
Paris.
I don't know if we ever read it in high school. I remember watching the movie in high school, but I don't know if we ever read it. I think we read it in middle school, maybe? I don't remember.
I think
It
I was
could've
in
been,
like the
freshman year or something.
Yeah, I was in AP English, and I think what happened was we read the original, like the script, what's it called, the screenplay, the theater play, and then we read a book, and then we watched 3 different movies, like all different complete renderings, and then like one of them was like a modern one. It was super weird. So that's why I was like, wait, how did I not remember that one dude's name was Paris? Idiot.
I don't remember this either. So, Paris, we find out, is a character from Romeo and Juliet. I did not know this. Whatever. I'm not some English major, so whatever. But basically, Bella's still in the water, and just we find out who saves her life.
Edward.
I think I predicted this last week. I'm pretty sure I said Jacob is the one that saves her.
Well, I mean,
which-
that would make sense, wouldn't it? It'd be kind of
I
weird
think
if
you
Billy
said
did.
Edward.
Yeah, I
You
did.
said Edward.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, so-
whenever I make a prediction, it's always a joke. Have you not perceived that? It's always not
Your
serious.
life is a joke.
It is a joke,
So
so I'm always laughing.
So Jacob grabs Bella. It's actually not just Jacob. Sam is there as well, and so Jacob and Sam get her out of the water. They try to like maybe think that it could be Edward because they're like someone else asked, like she doesn't know who the voice is, like she can't understand it fully, I guess. So they're trying to like hint at like this could be someone like Edward or like Charlie or something, like someone else, but it's just Sam. Like it's not like no one really special. Come on, Sam.
Yeah,
Who cares?
loser.
But have you noticed that Jacob calls Bella honey a lot?
Yeah. There's
It
another
happens
couple
a lot.
words for her too. Like he uses like, does he call her sweetie or something too? Maybe
I
not
think so,
sweetie.
but he always says bells, and
Yeah.
then he says like honey. He always says stuff like that. Like he'll say bells and honey. Like he's trying to be all like what's the word? Like nicknames and
fruit pie.
shoot, there's like a word for it. Like honey, sweetie, like you call like your boyfriend or like spouse or something.
Mushy
I
gushy.
can't remember. What?
Well, mushy gushy.
You? Oh, I don't even know what to say to you.
Thinking of words and trying to come up with them. My bad for trying to help, man.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
making things worse.
What? How? Okay, sorry. My bad.
But
Jeez.
she's like, so she's breathing, she's freezing, and Jacob. It's like super nice that Jacob's 108 degrees because he's warming up Bella real nice right now.
Right. Whoop-de-doo.
So they're like, man, she didn't hurt her back or anything when she fell, and they still think she like fell, like, which is weird. Or
Right.
Sam maybe thinks that she fell,
Or she tried
but
to
she
commit
like
suicide.
clearly like jumped off the cliff. So Bella's just, her throat's hurting. Sam takes off because it looks like Bella's doing okay enough for just Jacob to help her out. But it just looks like Bella's not really hurt. It's mainly just her throat, just all the water that she got into her lungs and stuff. Let's see. But so it's like really weird that Jacob knew that she was like that she cliff jumped. You know what I mean?
Well, he
Like,
was on her
it's like, how
trail, right? He was smelling her.
yeah, it's just like, whoa, you found her, like she could have died. Like how, like, you know what I mean? It's like super convenient. You know what I mean? It's like Stephanie Meyer's like, oh, like I found you. But so that's the same thing Bella asked, like, how did you find me? I was searching for you. I followed the tire tracks to your truck. Then I heard you scream. So
She screamed?
Apparently she screamed, which I don't remember her screaming, but maybe she yelled because it was... Oh, I think she yelled because it was, like, exhilarating, like, not out of fear. I think they might have said that last chapter when she jumped. I think I remember that.
Whatever.
But they both agreed that it was really stupid of Bella to do that.
Right? You know what was the dumbest thing that she did? She didn't, like, take her clothes off or anything, because when you get wet, and then you get out of the water, you want something like dry and warm to put on. She didn't even have a towel or anything. She was super stupid.
Yeah,
she's like Bear Grylls survival. Everybody knows this. Come on.
If she jumped with like if she jumped with like clothes, especially like jeans or something like that, like it could get really heavy and it would just like weigh her down even more. Yeah. So
dumb
like
Bella.
That's what I'm saying. Bella really, I'm really surprised at. Apparently, Stephanie Meyer wanted to write a series about some. She's not even an ordinary girl. Like, she's, like, below average. You know what I mean? Like.
Below average in what? Like, brains? Wisdom? Street smarts?
Athleticism, like, street smarts,
So, yeah, she's a klutz. That's all it is. She's a total spastic klutz.
The only thing that she has, I'm guessing, because of every guy likes her or wants to talk to her, I'm guessing she's like super attractive. Like that's the only thing. I'm just assuming that because like the first day of school, like Mike ran up to her and was like, "What's up, girl?"
Yeah.
And then like Edward, like obviously likes her for her smell, but I'm sure looks got to do something. And like Jacob really likes her. Like I'm assuming like she's attractive, but she's just like ditzy. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a total ditz. Whatever.
She agrees, like, okay, like, if we're ever gonna do stupid stuff, we'll do it together, Jacob. Like, I won't do it all by myself. Like, that was really dumb.
Liar! She did it. She'll do it again, too. Almost guarantee it.
We find out some bad news here. We find out... I think it's so funny. Like, last chapter, we were like... I think I said... a good guy is due to die or something like that. Like,
oh, yeah, you did.
I said something like someone's gonna die later or something. Like it's gonna be Embry or what was it? I can't remember the other guy's name. Phil or something. Like one of the werewolves is gonna die.
Right.
At the end of this, like towards the end of this book.
Pretty close.
Like someone's gonna die, and then like the next chapter, like Harry Clearwater has a heart attack. Like
it's pretty good, man.
He ends up. We don't know if he dies yet, but we find out later on in the chapter that he does in fact die because of it. So it's like. Okay, well, I just predicted someone's going to die, and then someone does, but I did not think it was going to be this soon.
That was quick. Well, it's this soon. We're more than halfway done with the book, man.
Bella's really concerned about this because she could have died from what she just did. And could you imagine, like, Charlie, like, oh, like, Harry died? Oh, and by the way, like, your daughter died today, too. Like, the same day.
Everything drops like a hammer.
Yeah, so... She feels really dumb, which is very. She should feel that way because she's ridiculously dumb here.
She is dumb, yeah.
Yeah, because this could have been like the worst day in history. I get not for us because I'm fine with Bella
dying,
getting buried 6 feet under, but
oh shoot,
but even. Okay, so Jacob takes Bella. They go back to Jacob's house. I think they're just in the living room. I don't think they go to Jacob's bedroom. I think they go like in the living room.
Yeah,
because there's a couch, so I'm assuming it's the living room.
And Billy's not there, and she noticed how like spacious it was without Billy because his presence wasn't there or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They just, they're both just exhausted at this point. So they actually both end up falling asleep here in the living room.
How cute. And
so Billy then comes home and is like, whoa, like, what are you guys doing? But we still, this is, like, before Billy shows up, this is where we get the whole, like, why this chapter is called Paris. So... before Bella technically falls asleep, so Jacob's already asleep at this time, but Bella isn't, and she starts thinking about Romeo and Juliet. She starts thinking about basically Edward is Romeo, obviously she's Juliet because she's got to be the popular person here. I don't know. Anyways. And then Paris is Jacob. And she just goes off about how, like, could I be happy, like, Juliet, be happy with a Paris or, like, Jacob? Like, she's saying, like, oh, like, he's good for you and all this stuff, but it's just not the same. Like, it's not a Romeo, you know what I mean? Like, it's, like, there's something apparently deeper with Edward, you know what I mean? Like, a Romeo thing. But she says, but it sounds like to me that she's leaning towards, like, I could be happy with the Paris, or I could make Paris happy. Like, if Edward never shows up again, you know what I mean? Maybe I will go with Jacob. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I have Jacob, and maybe...
She was weighing her options.
Yeah, she weighed, yeah. And then she's like, well, never mind. Like, she's like, anyways, like, I'm not gonna, like, think about fantasy stuff, like, with Romeo and Juliet, but...
Even though it is.
It's an interesting, like, way to think about it. You know, if you make them Romeo, Juliet, and, like, Paris and all this stuff, like... It is an interesting way to think about it. I still, like, I say this every week. Like, I still can't get over this. Why Bella just cannot get over Edward. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's your junior year of high school. Like,
she's not a senior
like
right now?
High school. I think isn't it the summer before? Or something?
I thought it was her senior year right now.
Oh, it was spring break. I think it is maybe now their senior year, but
yeah.
It was the last book. It was their junior year.
Right.
So it's like I just think it's just a high school romance. Like it's a high school stupid relationship. Like I just don't get it. Like later on in the next chapter, we learn what Bella went through after Edward left. We get some information about it, and it's like, to me, it's kind of sad. Like,
just kind of, dude.
Like,
the woman
get over
can't get over a vampire. How is that not sad? Vampire is deadly. Vampire doesn't want to do anything besides suck your blood. Yeah, she just
really needs to get over it. It's seriously crazy to me. I don't get it. Billy comes in and he's like, "Oh, sorry, did we wake you?" And so basically, this is where we find out that Harry does indeed, in fact, he passed away. All right, so we find out that we do learn, in fact, that Harry he did die from the heart attack here. Billy's pretty upset about it. Thanks for that.
Finally.
Interruption. Super useful. I think they got the idea when I said he died. Anyways, so Jacob drives Bella home, so that way Bella is at the house when Charlie gets back, so that way Charlie and Bella can just that way Charlie had someone, because this is one of Charlie's good friends, so it can't be easy. So they go home. Anyways, Jacob takes her home, and like she says, like, I remembered wishing that Jacob were my brother, which is like friend zone. Like,
sap. Poor guy. He has no idea that he's such a nerd.
Like, Jacob pressed his warm cheek against the top of her hair. Like, I think this is where she talks about, like, where, like, what is she? Oh, she's like, okay, I even predicted this too. I said, like, there has to be some sort of, like, romantic thing first before Edward comes back. Like, Bella and, like, Jacob, like, they need a kiss or something before Edward comes back, because it's just how stories go, movies. They're all the same. So Bella here is like, she's like by his chest or something, or his neck or something, and she says, like, all I would have to do is, like, barely move my head up, and, like, they would definitely be making out then. Like, Bella even says that, like, if I just, like, move my head, like, right, like, just slightly up, like, it's over. There's no more Jacob brother talk. It's more, you know what I mean? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tongue and tongue intertwining talk.
Jacob the Colette Indian.
Yeah.
Marking his territory.
Jacob, again, is like, sorry, I know you don't exactly feel the same way as I do, Bella. I swear I don't mind. I'm just so glad you're okay. I could sing, and that's something no one wants to hear. Like, seriously, Jacob is so much better than Edward. Like, I think anyone can freaking agree with this. Like...
They're both weird, though, dude. They're both monsters.
But, like, Edward is stupid.
Well, he's old.
And no girl...
I think that has a really big factor to it.
No girl would choose a cold body over a warm body. They would choose a warm body every day so they could cuddle up with them and be warm. Like, that's a fact.
That is a fact.
That is a freaking fact. That's a double F right there.
That's one of those Italian... Oh, it's a double F. I was going to go take it somewhere else, but I like double F. That's way better.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways.
Get over Romeo. Hook up with Paris. Come on. Just do it. So then they're like getting close to the house, and then this is where Jacob like stiffens up out of nowhere. Like he just like, what the, you know what I mean? Like freaking out. And Bella at the same time is like, wait a second. And like they're both like something's up, because Bella notices a black car and Jacob can just smell it. And he's like, there's a vampire. And it's like, what? So, ooh. Victoria, like, when he said there's a vampire, I was like, it's not Victoria. Like, I assumed it was going to be, like, Edward or someone. And, yeah, I did not think Victoria here when he says vampire.
Huh.
I thought it's too early for Victoria to show up, in my opinion. So Bella notices a black car, and she knows this car. She has seen it plenty of times, and she's like, no, it's not Victoria. It's Carlisle's car. It's the Cullens. So Bella gets super... Boy. Can you do that again?
Oh, boy!
Oh, boy, it's the Cullens is right. Bella's super
and then you say,
stoked. Oh, boy! She's super stoked. She's like, oh my gosh, Edward could be in my house right now. Like, oh, boy! She's super stoked. And she's like basically telling Jacob to calm down. It's not Victoria. Like, it's the Cullens. Everything's good. But there's still like this bad blood between vampires and werewolves and all that stuff. So,
he books it.
He's really unhappy with Bella at this point for Bella going into the house and basically choosing the Cullens over him. That's basically what she's doing here. Like, she's siding with the Cullens over Jacob type of thing. I don't know. She's just like, Jacob doesn't take this well.
As he should not.
So yeah, he takes off. And Bella's trying to yell like, Jacob, it's not a war, you know, as he's leaving, but it's too late.
It should be, though. Maybe it will be eventually. With our luck.
Seriously. So Bella heads into the house, and she thinks about like calling out, you know, like being like hello, you know, like who's here,
anybody,
you know, but she says that her throat was too dry and she couldn't seem to catch a breath. And I wonder why your throat's too dry, you idiot.
Saltwater loser. Who do you think you are, merman?
So we find out, we also, like, I forgot to mention this earlier. They talked about it when Bella got saved out of the water. But apparently Victoria, like, jumped into the water as well. Oh,
yeah.
Not at, like, the same time, and not to go after Bella, but, like, they were on Victoria's trail the werewolves, and she jumped off and like escaped into the water, and we find out that vampires have the advantage in the water. So that's kind of something to think about, where, you know what I mean, this later on could happen where the vampires or something are in the water, Victoria's in the water and like jumps out and like gets someone, or I don't know, but I think it's gonna come into play. Anyways, so Bella like goes and she flicks on the light, and there's a visitor, there's someone
In the hallway.
waiting. Ooh, baby, someone's in the house. Who is it?
It's definitely
Well,
not a
find out.
Cullen.
Moving on.
Duh.
So the next chapter is Visitor, which is like, this is where, dude, Stephanie Meyer has just
Bad names.
Man, she had decent chapter titles, I think, at some point in this book, and then it was only for like 3 chapters too. Like, it wasn't very much. Like, there was like a couple chapters where she actually took the time to name them, and then the rest of the 14 chapters have been just terrible names. So we're getting it here, Visitor. Like, really?
Yep.
That's it.
Total creativity
No.
oozing out of
Right.
Stephanie.
Alice! Oh, Alice!
Hey, she's
So we find out that Alice is back, and honestly, Alice is still my favorite Cullen. So I'm glad it's
You're
her
happy about that?
and not someone else. She's acting weird, which I don't know. Like, the way that Alice talks in this chapter, it makes me think that they actually all did leave. So we find out, like, basically Edward's not just chilling there. Like, that's kind of what it sounds like that Alice is, like, giving, like, information-wise.
Yeah, like he's barely ever around.
Like, there's no one is still here in Forks, and they're all, like, living their lives and trying to move past Forks. That's what it sounds like, the information that we're getting. It sounds like Alice didn't even really want... She doesn't even really, like, care to come back, it sounds like, too.
What? Oh, dang.
Because it sounds like she was just checking to make sure Bella, like, wasn't, like, if she was dead or not, basically.
Right.
Because her vision...
Showed her
Her
jumping.
vision, basically, she saw Bella jump off the cliff and land in the water, but she never resurfaced.
Yeah, because she can't see werewolves.
So, Alice, like, she took a flight, to Forks just to see what was going on.
I still don't understand why they have to fly. I
but-
thought they were running. I thought they could run faster than an airplane. Whatever.
I like how Bella says, like, you saw me fall? And Alice is like, no, I saw you jump. So it's like, come on, Bella. Like, come on. Like, everyone knows that you didn't just fall off a cliff.
Why you gotta be so crazy, Bella?
So, we find out that Alice wasn't even keeping tabs on Bella. Like, I was already attuned to you. I saw you jumping, and I saw you get in the water. I waited for you to come up, but you didn't. She then, Bella explains that Jacob saved her. And then, basically, like, Bella has no... She just, like, goes off and just tells Jacob's secret. Like, doesn't even care about it, really.
She thought about it for like a second, right? She's like, there are no
She
secrets
did.
anymore,
She thought
right?
about
They
it
know
for
exactly what's
one
going on.
second. But, like, it was just like, okay, like, here you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
but
a fantasy world. They all know about
she-
each other.
Yeah, so Bella tells Alice that Jacob is a werewolf. And Alice is like, oh, so that's why you smell bad. So apparently, like, vampires think werewolves smell bad, which is kind of like, come on.
It's a dog.
Like, can't werewolves smell good? Like, can't we just... I
And
don't
that
know.
wet dog smell all day long, dude.
I would rather smell a dog than smell soothing breath that vampires apparently do all day.
Right? Oh, man.
Your best friend is a werewolf? Alice asked Bella. And Bella's like, yep. Jacob's my best
That's
friend.
what happens when
you
you
guys
leave.
took off. Yeah, seriously.
I didn't ask for this.
Bella says, "There's nothing wrong with werewolves." Alice replies, "Until they lose their tempers." "Leave it to you, Bella. Anyone else would be better off when the vampires left town, but you have to start hanging out with the first monsters you can find," which is like, Bella's just attracted to danger, man. I'm telling you.
So wait,
Who
who do you think's more gentle then? Do you think Edward's more gentle, or do you think Jacob's more gentle?
Gentle?
Yeah, like in a relationship.
What do you mean?
Jacob's got a temper, dude.
I would say Edward has more of a temper.
Really?
He freaking started throwing logs.
But that wasn't out of rage against Bella. That was just him be like, "Look at what I am."
Yeah, could you imagine if he was actually mad at Bella?
Right. You could kill her instantly.
Oh, like, can you get these socks out of here and put them in the washer, you idiot? And throws the socks and it knocks her out.
I said oatmeal, not
Like,
porridge. Oatmeal, I said.
Oh, I don't know. I think Edward has a bigger temper. Like, he gets mad a lot. Jacob doesn't really get mad. Like, he just got upset because Bella went into the house.
But he gets mad at a lot of stuff, though. Don't forget. Remember, he's always shaken, especially since, like, right now in the beginning, he's becoming he's discovering what the werewolf thing is. So he's trying to control it, obviously. But still, the dude's got, like, a temper. He gets mad at every little tiny thing. And just because he's, like, super jealous, too, that's not like it's going to help the situation. I don't know. I kind of feel like Jacob's got a little bit more of a mean thing, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think he might be, like, a little bit jealous and he wants Bella. But I don't think he's more... I don't think so.
Alright. You say so.
It's probably pretty close, but anyways, so then she goes on, "No, Alice, the vampires didn't really leave, not all of them anyway. That's the whole trouble. If it weren't for the werewolves, Victoria would have gotten me by now. Well, if it weren't for Jake and his friends, Laurent would have gotten me before she could, I guess, so..." And then Alice cuts off and she's like, "Victoria? Laurent? Like, are you kidding me?" So basically, Alice didn't even know that Victoria and Laurent were still here.
Huh.
Like, she had no idea. And so then she's like, "Hey, tell me everything, start from the beginning." So then basically Bella recounts everything to Alice, just all the werewolf stuff, like Laurent showing up in the meadow, and then like the werewolves coming and killing Laurent and all this stuff.
She spills all the beans.
All the beans, just like Kevin does in The Office.
Oh, dang it. I hate that part.
I know.
You feel so bad for the dude.
But then he scoops it back up.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh,
Kevin.
no. Puts it back
I
in.
love Kevin. He's my... Oh, I love him. Okay, anyways. So Alice says, "Our leaving didn't do any good at all, did it?" And, like, basically, no. So I'm kind of getting the sense that Alice did see, like, visions, and basically, if they stayed, it wouldn't be good for anybody. I don't know. It just makes it sound like Alice was like, "Man, like, we need to leave." And if they didn't leave, it'd be all bad. Because Alice right here, I'm like, "Man, our leaving didn't do any good at all, did it?" Like, it made it sound like she was thinking that them leaving would help Bella more than hurt her.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
And it doesn't... I don't know. So... basically, Alice is like, "Okay, well, you know what? You're fine, so I'm gonna go." And Bella basically just begs Alice to stay. Like, "Please, you gotta
Don't
stay.
make
like,
me do it. No.
please."
Don't go.
Alice is like, "Fine.
One night.
Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay here one night."
She's
So
annoying.
Jacob, so she gets up, there's a phone call, and Bella thinks it's Charlie, but it's actually Jacob on the phone. And
Spell dead.
Jacob's like, "Just making sure you were still alive, like making sure like it wasn't Victoria." Like, that could have been interesting. Like, Victoria answers the phone and says, This blood is so good, Jacob. She's dead. Anyways. So, Jacob's super short with her because he's still just super mad about this whole thing. And he's just like, yeah, I got it, bye. Like, just like, he finds out Bella's okay.
Peace out, nerd.
Like, doesn't even let her finish the sentence. And she just, like, he's like, okay, peace out. So, yeah, so she agrees to stay. And then Charlie comes home and, like, I don't know. It's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing that he's coming home because there's going to be the whole, like, oh, Alice is here. Like, Alice, you know, because Charlie loves Alice. But at the same time, like, is he really going to be all that cheery? Like, one of his good friends just died. So, I don't know.
Bad
It's
timing.
like yeah.
But they admit it. They're like, yeah, it's pretty bad timing. What are you going to do?
We find out a lot of information about where the Cullens are at here. So, for instance, basically no one besides, I think, Jasper. I think Jasper's the only one that knows that Alice is in Forks. Because Edward definitely doesn't know, and Carlisle and Esme definitely don't know. And, like, Emmett and... what's her name? Rosalie?
Yeah.
Rose, right? They're both, like, they're on another honeymoon. So, like, no one knows. Just, you know, maybe Jasper. I think Jasper knows. So, what is it? Yeah, Jasper, he didn't approve of my interfering. We promised. So, I think, so he, basically it's like, they're trying to, like, catch up with just, like, everything that's been going on. I think Bella is more intrigued than Alice, to be honest. I think Bella's like, hey, what's going on with Edward? Like, I don't care about anybody else. Like, you tell me about what's going on with Edward. So, yeah, Charlie then comes home. So, like, the poor kids, like, Leah's just a year older than you, and Seth is only 14. So, like, what, 19 and 14-year-olds, and their dad, you know, passes away. Like, that's kind of rough.
Just a little bit.
19-year-old, like, you know what I mean? You might be in college or something. Like, it's still, like, I'm not saying it's not hard at all. Like, that's a terrible thing. But the 14-year-old, man, like, that would be rough to be in, like, high school, like, your freshman year, and then your dad, like, passes away. Like, that would be rough.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No debating that.
So, Charlie, like, sees Alice, and he's like, Alice Cullen? And,
she's back.
He's like, oh, yeah, she's back. Bella had dinner ready for Charlie on the table. Let's see.
Start talking.
I'm assuming that she's not gonna tell Charlie about the whole cliff jumping thing.
We're driving off the road. My bad.
I was like, whoa, what was that?
Someone's a bad driver.
Oh,
It's
man.
okay. We're getting through this step by step. Anyway, doesn't, like, Bella fall asleep and then she just starts, like, eavesdropping on him? Or she's faking that she's asleep?
I think she, like, I didn't want to sleep. I wanted to stay up all night talking to Alice. I rested my head on her stolen shoulder and drifted into a more peaceful oblivion. I woke early from a deep and dreamless sleep, feeling rested. I was on the couch, tucked under the blankets. I could hear her and Charlie talking. So, yeah, I was wondering why she started, like, eavesdropping on their conversation, like how she heard all of this. So, Charlie and Alice, we find out more information here about the Cullens. And we find out about, basically, we find out about, like, how depressed Bella really was. It's super, like, it's so sad that it's just, like, sad. Like, come on, Bella.
You want to gouge your eyes out, sad.
So okay, this is what we find out. Basically, the first week after Edward left, she wouldn't eat or drink. She wouldn't move. Dr. Garandi was throwing around words like catatonic. But I didn't let him up to see her. I was afraid it would scare her. He had Renee come, like, take her to Florida. I was hoping that being with her mother would help, but when we started packing her clothes, she woke up with a vengeance. I've never seen Bella throw a fit like that. She was never one for tantrums, but boy, did she fly into a fury. She threw her clothes everywhere and screamed that we couldn't make her leave. A freaking, like, 18-year-old throwing a tantrum like this. Like, this is ridiculous.
Right? Acting like a 7-year-old or something.
This is insane.
I don't want to go!
Like, how? Bella, she must have had mental issues before Edward, because this makes no freaking sense whatsoever. I'm sorry, but, like, you're not going to sit there and, like, not eat or drink. You're not going to start, like, throwing tantrums and all this stuff over a relationship. This is so dumb. Like, this is so unrealistic.
Bella.
This is not realistic for high school. I'm sorry. This is, like... This is ridiculous.
It's redonkulous. This is Twilight noobs.
We find out, like, Charlie knows a lot more than we thought. He just, like, doesn't do anything about it. Like, so she went back to school and work. She started eating. She did her homework. But her eyes were blank. Like they would hardly talk. Like, she wouldn't talk. She wouldn't call her friends back. And, like, at night, so, like, he would hear her screaming. Like, Charlie says, like, he admits that, like, he heard Bella screaming. So...
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't know, man.
It was really bad.
Like, this is... No,
Let's have a parenting class right now. If you have a child that is this problematic, they need to be beat. Soundly. Beat your kids. Beat them until they stop behaving like this. This is what's wrong with America. This is what's wrong with the world. All this PC bullcrap. Beat your kids. Not all the time, but definitely give them that spanking, man. They need the spanking on the behind. Show them that there are rules and there are limits, and when you cross the limits, you will not interfere with somebody else's pleasant day. Otherwise, you will be pummeled in the behind. That would be a Bruce Lee pummeling right there.
You gotta get...
What, Chuck?
You gotta get, like a wooden... Something wooden, and with, like, holes in it and stuff.
Little plank.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. That.
No, but really, Bella, she needed help. Like, she needed to go see a therapist. She needed, like, she needed a lot. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Like, I don't know. If I was a parent, and so I am a parent, so I don't have to say
surprise.
If I was a parent. I am a parent. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so let's say, like, so I have a girl, her name is Zoe. So if she's 18 and she's sleeping and she's, like, waking up screaming, and she does it, like, every night, like, I'm going into her room and, like,
you're fixing this.
I'm gonna, like, yeah, I'm gonna comfort her at least. Like, I'm gonna do something. So Charlie's probably just laying there, and he probably has, like, I bet she's gonna wake up at 2:30 and she's gonna be screaming Edward's name. Yep. Okay, that's what she's gonna be screaming. All right. Okay. 2:30 hits, and she, like, screams, and he's like, "Yes!" Like, I was right. Like, that's, like, how Charlie, I feel like, treats this. Like come on. Like,
he pays himself.
Like, Charlie, you gotta do something.
I won the bet. Thanks. Pay up. All right. Fine. I'll pay myself. Productive, Chuck.
And Charlie hears voices in his head as well. Everyone in their family does.
Right.
So basically, she seems better now that she's, like, since she started hanging out with Jacob. Like, a huge improvement. She's happier. It's not like the same though, Charlie says, as when like before when the Cullens were there and Edward was there. But like she's getting better. So it's like I think she's just gonna continue to get better. So there's no reason for Edward to come back. Like honestly. But
he will. You can count on that.
He will. We know what's gonna happen.
Avoiding it.
Alice, it frightens me. Not normal at all. Not like someone left her, but like someone died. Like that's way over dramatic. I'm sorry.
Is it
like,
though? You talking for Bella or for Chuck?
For Bella.
Okay, I thought you were saying Chuck was being over dramatic. Like, no, it's
no, she's talking about she's talking about Bella. Like I know that is accurate. Someone did die. But for like Bella, like Edward didn't die. Like he just like left. Like you guys broke up. Like can we like seriously? This is so over dramatic. Stephanie Meyer, you're going way too much. Like this is overboard. Come on.
Man, overboard.
Because Bella agrees. Like after this, she's like, it was like someone had died. Like I had died. Like come on. What is this?
She has to.
What is this job?
I know what happened. Edward put a Horcrux in her. And every time that he dies, a little piece of her dies too. Is that how it works?
Gosh, this is just... It's a freaking high school relationship. Oh my gosh, dude. This is so stupid.
No one's going to get over it, man. That's how it'll be.
But anyways... I don't know if she's going to get over it. I'm not sure if it's in her nature to heal from something like this.
Nope, he has to come back.
Come on. Oh my gosh, dude. Anyways. Alice says she's one of a kind.
Dude, there's the license plate. Hold on. There's a license plate right next to us on an RV. On the back it says thirsty. That's the license plate.
What?
Thirsty, dude.
What? What? What?
Thirsty. I thought that was ironic.
I know.
Vampires. Thirsty.
I know. It is, but it's like, I'm just trying to figure out, like,
right. Why would it be put that as thirsty, though? The dude, thirsty. That was a really weird license plate.
That's the dumbest license plate ever.
Yeah. But it kind of works for the podcast, so I had to stop. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it does.
Continue.
So Charlie then goes on to say, Alice, I have to ask you something. He's not coming back to visit too, is he? And obviously we know who he's talking about. And Alice says he doesn't even know I'm here. The last time I spoke with him, he was in South America. So Edward's just like,
he's in Brazil.
He's probably probably has a new girlfriend, and he's like, hey, well, I'll take you around the world, baby. Let's go.
I got money. You like Latin?
Seriously. Do you like Mexican beer? Let's go and get some.
You like...
In Central America, because that's not South America.
You like tequila?
That's what I'm talking about.
You like worms? Wait, where did the worm...
You
the worm goes in the margarita.
I figured it out. Anyways, so Bella then is like, hey, that's it. Like, the pretending's over. I'm gonna be fully awake now. She yawns loudly. Like, come on. Anyways.
Fake.
So.
Fake news.
Charlie took off to go and help Sue Clearwater, Harry's wife, with funeral arrangements. Sad face. And so Carlisle was working nights in... How would you say that? Ithaca?
Uh-oh.
Ithaca and teaching part-time at Cornell? Is that right? I don't know how you say that. I'm kind of dumb. Anyways, Esme was restoring a 17th century house. As Emmett and Rosalie had gone to Europe for a few months on another honeymoon. Jasper was at Cornell as well, studying philosophy this time. I wouldn't go to school. I'm sorry. I wouldn't.
It's a bad time.
I would just be at home, like... I would be, like, learning, like, guitar and drums and, like... I don't know. Beating, Super Mario on the 64, all that stuff. That's what I would be doing.
Weak.
But
You got to be playing
we
StarCraft.
found out that
No, not
Alice.
StarCraft, it's called Star Fox. Star Fox in the 64.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We find out that Alice was trying to figure out more information about herself, because if you remember the last book, like the whole James thing and just like the information that he gave to Bella, that Bella passed on to Alice. So we find out that Alice's real name is Mary Alice Brandon. She had a little sister named Cynthia. Her daughter, my niece, is still alive, actually. Did you ever figure out why they put you in that place? What would drive parents to that extreme? I couldn't find much about them. I went through all the old newspapers. My family wasn't mentioned often. My birth was announced and my death. She found her grave. That would be super weird. But
It is weird.
basically a lot of the Cullens are back and kind of in Denali with Tanya and her family. I think that was the family that was in Alaska.
Yep.
I believe. The one that Laurent went to and apparently didn't really change him much.
Didn't care that much.
Yeah. So we, like Bella and Alice, they kind of finished with that conversation, and Bella is like, you know what, like I should probably clean the house, like just so I can do something nice for Charlie and get things in order, and I don't know. It's probably been a while, probably since it's been cleaned too. Like, let's just be honest. But so she's like scrubbing the floor and all this stuff, basically talking to Alice, and they're just like hanging out and whatnot. And then Alice all of a sudden is just like, she's basically like, she just like stiffens up too, like something's wrong. And like someone knocks on the door, the front door. And so who could it be? Is it Victoria being super polite and knocking on the door?
No. You want a real prediction or do you want a joke
Showing-
prediction right now? Because I can give you both.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
All right. So, the realistic prediction is it's probably Sam. You know why?
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello. You probably can't hear me. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can
Aha!
go for it.
All right. So the realistic prediction would be Sam, and that would be because
Yeah.
Jacob is ticked off right now. He's just like super pissed, and he's like, "What the heck's going on?" And Jacob, he probably can't even stay in human mode. He's so mad. He's just constantly causing a ruckus in werewolf mode, and he's coming over to like try and get Bella to see if he can help calm him down or something like that. That's realistic mode. Joke mode.
Okay.
It's another what's it called? Like a monster. It's a different kind of monster. Stephanie Meyer's throwing in something else. We have vampires.
Like a unicorn?
Yeah, we have werewolves, and now she's gonna throw like a leprechaun at us or something.
A leprechaun. That'd be awesome.
Put the gold.
I think that it's they make it sound like it's Jacob, which I'm gonna assume it probably is. Just because they said like basically like I have a fairly good guess who it might be, and I think I better step out. Like werewolves and vampires shouldn't be in the same room together. And then like Alice takes off and the doorbell rings again. So it makes it sound like it's got to be like a werewolf because Alice probably can smell it probably. So you might be right, it might be Sam, but I'm guessing it's Jacob.
Yeah, you're probably right.
My gut is it's another Cullen member. Like maybe like Edward like read her mind or something, or Jasper. Edward or Jasper.
Dude, no, you're
Because
still right.
no one else has
I'm still not doubting you. They're gonna have to kiss, and then Edward's gonna show up. That's what's gonna happen.
I still think that's right too. Like Bella was thinking about it, so maybe that's just enough for like, all right, Edward can come back now. But Like Jasper might make sense because he like knows that Alice was coming here. But like the reason why I say Edward is because no one else has like powers that could get them at that to hear. Like Edward could read Jasper or Alice's mind, so that's why Edward could know to come here. But it's probably just Jacob. So
probably right.
But that's the end of the chapter, and that's the end of the podcast.
That's the end of the road trip podcast. Woo!
It's been it's going to be definitely a different podcast, so you guys have to just like put up with it. Yep. Help us out for this week.
Help us out. What are you talking about? Take advantage of the opportunities of originality and creativity coming at you from a Jeep.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. I'm a little too excited. I'm in the woods right now. It's great.
So yeah, that's I think basically as predictions go, what's gonna happen is I think Jacob's the one at the door. I think that like it's gotta pick up here soon. The next chapter is called The Funeral, so I'm guessing they go to Harry Clearwater's funeral.
Boring.
Something has to happen.
No.
Like I'm like, where are we at? Like we're so close to the end. Like I'm assuming that Jacob probably makes some move on Bella. Like something happens between the two. Edward shows back up. Victoria, like I think Victoria is gonna kill a werewolf. I think she's gonna kill like Phil or something like that. No.
Victoria's gonna bite Harry. Like she still has a couple days to bite him before he like is completely dead. So he's gonna bite her. No, she's gonna bite him, bring him back to life, but as a vampire, and just rub it in all the Indians' faces. How crazy would that be?
I still think that like I think Victoria's gonna kill one of them to like basically start a war. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna like kill Phil or something and like hold the werewolf's head or something like that. Like in La Push or something. Like she's gonna do something to take off Jacob and the other werewolves, like Sam and stuff. Like maybe, dude, she's gonna kill Emily. I'm calling it, dude. She's gonna freaking kill Emily.
Face all messed up.
And Sam is gonna get so ticked. Oh, dude, it's gonna be bad.
That'd be great.
I think that's what's happening.
I hope so.
But Edward will already be back by then, and like Edward and Jacob and them will team up and go against.
Bring on the tragedy.
That's my prediction.
We invite the tragedy to come as soon as possible.
But Jacob and Edward will have some sort of like tough, but it won't be like crazy serious.
Yeah.
Then they'll kind of team up and go against Victoria. Yeah. That's my prediction.
We'll see how it goes next week on Twilight News.
The whole clock thing, though, I still have no idea what that's
right?
about. What
the heck is that? It's so stupid. It's leading us on. It's going to literally be the last chapter, last couple pages.
It's going to be like, yeah, seriously.
It's the prologue.
No joke.
Done.
All right. Well, yeah, that's going to do it. You have something else?
Nope.
Nothing on the road.
Nothing on the road. Just chilling on the asphalt.
Thirsty lights.
Thirsty. Kind of warm.
All right, that's going to do it. This has been Twilight Noobs. We'll see you next week. I'm Jason.
Merrick.
And don't have a heart attack? Too soon?